Colombia wakes up. More than 70% of the recovered assets are Colombian. Dear signs and signs of the road, I go to the hour of smell to be away from the manchets, away from the noise of the media, away from the two invisible walls that keep us separated for so long. Colombia, silent for years in the world, is now in deep movement. These are not empty promises or official announcements. We are talking about an ancestral pulsar that begins to echo in every mountain, in every river, in every silent guard that we must wait for. As the world becomes distracted by narrative wars, digital tokens, and technological runs, something much more subtle and powerful unfolds above us. The movement of two old people, those who carry ancient knowledge, activated an irreversible process. And Colombia emerges not as a coadjuvant, but as one of the main keys in the vibrational reset of the planet. We are worth the cordal hyras, in the villages that many never heard, dormiamativos and materials that leave us a new life. There are artifacts, seals, coins, documents and codes kept with love, protected from external interests and the voracious appetite of ancient gas structures. These assets are not prepared only to recover monetary value. They are carriers of a living memory, a coded energy field to restore broken frequencies. Not all that more than 70% of these silent riches rested in the hands of some balias backed by the earth that strategically rested for years and years in Colombian communities. For isso tornu a special? Not everything is correct at the time, date, and location. As new institutions try in vain to prevent this wave. We create legal barriers, we forge narratives, but we do not achieve content or inevitable. Because what is in progress is not negotiated at bank tables, nor is it assassinated in diplomatic countries. This process is signed in invisible alliances, in soul agreements, in vibrational commitments sealed well before any physical record. Colombia, so often seen only as fertile ground for exploration, now assumes its true face, a cosmic guard, a ponte viva between the old and the new. A spiritual center that carries the legacy of an entire world soon to align itself with a great concert of planetary redemption. The families holding these assets are not represented as common investors. Only curators, need discrimination that for years, are protected by this miss. Sao portis vivas. Only awakened consciences that understand that true abundance is a tool of service and not a trophy of ego. This miss does not wait for external validations. They prepare themselves in silence, align their hearts, clear their intentions. Because we knew that the energy that now circulates through the planet can only be anchored where it has purity of purpose. The quantum financial system, or QFS, does not recognize names or positions. It recognizes vibration. It opens only when it aligns itself with a greater commitment to collective healing, to spiritual justice, to planetary balance. Here we see discrete movements in various regions of Colombia, private meetings, silent ceremonies, openings of energy channels that cannot be interrupted. When a quantum channel is activated, there is no return. It becomes part of the new flow, a point fixed in the renewed matrix. The question that echoes is nothing more than when will it be? Oh you, how much will you receive? The real question is, are you prepared to sustain this energy? Are you ready to live amiss after the resource? Because every redemption is accompanied by responsibility. All abundance requires service. And every guard needs to be willing to give up his old life to walk again. A Colombia now pulses like a giant heart, sending waves that reverberate for all the songs. Not just like a country, but as a living organism, a sacred guardian, a living example of what it means to keep faith while the world sleeps. This is not a moment of blind euphoria, but of total presence, of discernment, of active silence. Those of us who feel angry know that it is not a coincidence to be hearing or reading these words now. The beginning process. Thus the doors will open. And those who follow the path of serving, honoring, and sustaining will be the true drivers of the new history. If you are part of this community, you are already within the circle. This is the time to consolidate your vibration, align your actions, and prepare your field. Because Colombia doesn't wait. She leads. And he leads like his heart can't be stopped.